Welcome to This Explainer. We're diving straight into an executive summary of The 12 Powers of a Marketing Leader by Thomas Barta and Patrick Barwise. Look, if you've ever felt like your marketing department is treated more like a functional cost center than a real strategic growth engine, well, this is exactly for you. We're going to unpack the research-backed roadmap to elevate your role, maximize your business impact, and truly transform how you lead. It's a super common and frankly super frustrating situation. You're working your tail off, you're passionate about your brands, and you're out there acquiring customers left and right. But when it comes to those major strategic decisions, you find yourself lacking C-suite influence. So why does this happen? Well, the core issue is that many talented marketers are actually playing entirely outside the CEO's agenda. You're speaking the language of marketing, while the top table, they're speaking the language of business. To figure out how to bridge this gap, the authors didn't just guess. They put together the largest global study ever conducted on marketing leadership. Just think about this staggering number for a second. 67,278. That is how many 360-degree assessments they analyzed from bosses, coworkers, and direct reports, alongside deep evaluations of over 1,200 senior marketers. So this isn't just theory. This is hard, undeniable data on what actually drives success. And all that data really boils down to three undeniable truths of CMO success. First up, your true power as a leader lives entirely inside something called the V zone. Second, getting into that zone means mastering 12 very specific leadership powers. But the third truth, this is the absolute game changer. You are not born a marketing leader, you become one. The data literally shows that your inborn personality traits only account for a mere 3.3% of your business impact. Just 3.3%. The rest is entirely about learned leadership behaviors. So let's talk about that first truth, the value creation zone, or the V zone. Picture two circles. On one side, you've got exactly what your customers need: better experiences, cheaper products, cooler features. On the other side, you've got what your company needs: revenue, profit, growth. That physical overlap right in the middle, that's the V zone. As a marketer, that is your absolute sweet spot. That's your primary source of power and influence. What's really profound here is the mindset shift it takes to get there. Top marketers don't just advocate blindly for the customer. Think about it. If you're pushing for some massive, expensive customer acquisition campaign while your CEO is desperately focused on retention and cutting costs, you're totally disconnected. You are operating way outside the V zone. True marketing leaders align their customer advocacy right up against the CEO's financial priorities. You create value for the customer that actually delivers measurable revenue and profit for the company. Section 1. Mobilizing your boss. Speaking the language of leadership. Because here's the thing, you can't expand that V zone all by yourself. Your first step has to be mobilizing your boss. If the CEO doesn't get what you're doing, you are just not going to get the resources you need. A brilliant example of this comes from Sholto Douglas Home, the CMO of Hayes. He totally accepts the burden of proof. He knows he has to prove his activities create company value. So he translates marketing concepts into a pure business model of awareness, acquisition, and engagement. By speaking in terms of financial returns rather than just brand buzz, he helps leadership actually feel confident deciding on investments. Now, contrast that success with Daniel, a consumer electronics CMO. At first, Daniel had zero real influence. Why? Because whenever anyone asked what he did, he just said he looked after the brand and brand communication. He stayed entirely away from the big, meaty profit drivers. The senior leaders internally literally called him a lightweight. No joke. But his turning point came when he finally stepped up to tackle the core business issues like pricing, product strategy, and distribution. He stopped being just a brand manager and moved right into the center of the V zone. Section 2. Real-world scenario. Mastering the powers to step up. Let's look at how this plays out with a real brand manager at a consumer goods firm. She actually managed to step up and basically act as the CMO when the company didn't even officially have one. She noticed a massive shift in the market toward digital, and her company was completely lagging behind. Instead of just waiting around for top management to fix it, she took action. First, she zoomed out. She figured out exactly how a strategic digital agenda could grow the company's V zone. Then she boldly pitched it directly to her boss and asked to lead the resolution. Once approved, she zoomed right back in and rallied her team around the specific tactical executions. She saw the gap, and she built the bridge. Section 3. The Action Plan. 3 daily habits for influence. All right. Theory is great, but execution is everything. So let's distill this into 3 highly specific daily habits you can start using this coming Monday to build your influence. First, walk the halls. The data shows this one action accounts for a massive 13% of your business impact. You cannot change the company from behind your desk. Get up, talk to the sales team, the product team face to face. Second, utilize LDC. Listen, decide, communicate. Don't just dictate. Pitch an idea. Let your non-marketing colleagues help shape it and share the success. Third, constantly zoom out to align with the high-level strategy and zoom in to execute flawlessly. Make these your daily muscles. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to keep this empowering mandate from the authors firmly in your mind. Don't wait to be asked. Leadership isn't just a fancy title they hand you. It is a set of behaviors you actively choose to exhibit. You possess the ability right now to change the trajectory of your business by focusing on that crucial overlap between what your customers crave and what your CEO demands. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Take a really hard look at your current projects. Where do you sit on the map right now? Are you just doing marketing, playing it safe in your own little silo? Or are you ready to step into the V-zone and truly lead? What is the one big, messy, profitable issue you are going to tackle tomorrow to expand your company's V-zone? The data proves you have the power. Now, are you going to use it?
Subscribe for more actionable executive summaries, and if you want deeper insights and exclusive content, support the channel on Patreon. You'll find the link in the description.